I was supposed to retire at 40. I set a whole goal, had everything set up, and everything was going to work out great. And then I screwed up. It didn't happen. I turned 40 in September. I'm nowhere near close to retirement. I might even be farther away. So I just want to do a quick breakdown on where I went wrong, where I'm at now, and where I see the future. So first of all, like anybody, we know economically things are a little crazy. High gas prices, food prices, whatever. I'm not going to get too much into that because I was prepared for higher prices. That's just the way the economy works. Things don't go down. I mean, in my lifetime, the only thing I've seen go down in price is the price of TVs. They just made so many of them, whatever. But one of the biggest things I didn't account for was health. I had a health scare about a year and a half ago. And I'm not going to go too far into that, but with health issues, being diabetic, I got a plan for that. So, insurance and all that kind of stuff is something that I didn't plan well for my goal of retirement at 40. But the reason I thought I could retire at 40 is because I was building, and still am building, a real estate portfolio that I felt was going to support me. So I bought into a system called the BRRRR strategy: buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. And it's a great system. And Bigger Pockets, if you're not familiar with it, it's a YouTube page that really sold this idea that you could retire after 4 or 5 years if you keep stacking up these properties. Well, yeah and no. I mean, they told you all the great stuff up front, and you obviously knew things should go bad, but typically things just didn't work out as well as I would have liked them. Didn't scale as fast as I wanted. I was very ambitious in my goals. Things just didn't go the way I wanted them to go. But really what messed me up is I decided to get into flipping properties, which is different than the BRRRR, because BRRRR, you're keeping the properties. You don't put as much money into them. And I stepped out of my lane, did a flip, lost about somewhere between 40,000, somewhere around $40,000, maybe, actually, after like financing charges and stuff like that. 50,000. So lost cost opportunity, 50,000 easily. Now I've kind of still doing BRRRRs. I'm more skilled in the flipping now, so I feel a little more comfortable with flips. I learned my mistakes. I'll still maybe make more. I don't know. But I'm looking to buy apartment buildings. So the goals definitely changed. I feel like 45 is where I can be at now in about another 5 years. If I continue to build systems, educate myself, grow my network, continue to do the right things, not make bad financial mistakes, which, will happen to the best people, and just stay focused, take care of my health, then I can definitely build this portfolio the way that I want to build it. So the biggest thing about the BRRRR, let me break that down, that didn't work out the way that I wanted it to, was the fact that what they kind of said was like, you'll live off cash flow, which I've come to find out cash flow is not really going to get you where you need to go as fast as you think. So I've learned that appreciation is probably more important than cash flow, because that asset that was worth $60,000 5 years ago is worth $160,000 now. And I know housing affordability and all that stuff is kind of crazy. There's not really much I could do for that. I feel like, for the most part, real estate investors add more value by fixing houses up and renting them out. Now, there is shitty people out there for sure that take advantage of people. I can tell you right now, I'm not one of them guys. Whether you believe it or not, that is what it is. But so that's where I had to re-strategize, go more on like where equity could take me in 5 years, mix with the cash flow, mix with debt pay down, mix with all the different types of things that real estate does provide. Now, my plan before the end of the year is to be a partner in at least 40 unit apartment buildings. Me and my business partner is actually looking at a duplex right now to rehab and rent that out, and just continue to do that. I'm going to focus more on probably duplexes and bigger multifamily. Single family still fine. Sometimes they don't cash flow at all, and you want to at least have some money to put back into your business. So whether I retire at 45, 50, or 55, the goal is to basically live on my terms, not to be held by a business. I truly believe within 5 years, the particular job I have will be replaced 100% by technology. They're already doing it where I work. It's not AI, but it is, a type of robotics. But it's a business. Why wouldn't you develop your business? I mean, that's what it is. I mean, there's still people going to be here, and I feel like I still have a job, but the particular job I do will be gone within 5 years. That's why I picked 45. So I know the destination. I know in 5 years that my job's probably going to be gone, and unless I want to do something else in the building I work in, I have to get the systems in place to put me where I need to be in 5 years. If I'm making this video in 5 years about 50, then it is what it is. But I'm going to work my hardest to get where I want to get. And that takes me to my next point. It's about mindset. You can bitch, cry, moan about a lot of things that go on. But if you have a mindset that is positive over a negative mindset, it's definitely going to make life a lot easier. I'll be honest, I'm not retired. I do work. I have a pretty good life. I can't complain. I won't complain, and I've worked for everything I have. So it's not like, I take these things for granted, but I've chose to have a good life. Yeah, I've worked. I'm working a 12-hour shift today. Did I necessarily want to work a 12-hour shift? No, but I know that in order to do the things that I want to do, that it's necessary. So I'll work until I have to work. But the day I don't, I'll be making that video. I'm retired. And if you're more interested in about me building my real estate portfolio, I really want you to build these goals with me. Build your goals where you want to be in 5 years, because I know in 5 years you can be anywhere you want. I've never had a goal in place that I didn't accomplish, and I don't plan to stop accomplishing my goals now. So if you're interested in stuff like that, real estate and early retirement, I think this is a good channel for you. I'm going to put another video up here in the corner. Check that out. If you've watched to the end, I appreciate it, and subscribe for more.